Good day fellas, I hope you are ready for your extra daily dose of skill, and today we are going to play with the Jg.Pz 4 tier 6 German tank destroyer. And yes, I read your comments down below. Yes, I've seen you requesting this tank, and this tank we go. So what first map do we have? We have a Prokurovka, so this is very good map for this vehicle. What is not so good is obviously matchmaking. Unfortunately, we are fighting against the tier 8, so we are -2 tier, but being -2 tier with a tank destroyer, it's half of the trouble because you are going to snipe from the back either way, right? It would be so much more complicated, and it would be so much worse if we would play with a, let's say, heavy tank, and we would have matchmaking like this. So whenever you are playing tank destroyers, it is a bit less stressful, if I can say so. Now we are going to join our E25 cockroach in the best position pretty much out there, and we will try to snipe the enemies whenever they are going to make one or another mistake. Now let's talk about the gun of this vehicle, and overall speed of this tank is bueno, very bueno. The tank overall is nice. You have a bit of armor, you have speed, that's fine, and plus on top of that you have a great gun. Speaking about the standard ammunition, 220 penetration, 145, 220 alpha damage, 145 millimeters of penetration, but there is a problem with the shell velocity, only 700 shell velocity, which is not very great. Although, if you are lacking of the penetration, you can always load the gold. Your shell velocity will be 20% faster, and obviously you are going to have 20% more penetration. So I believe I do not need to say whenever you are shooting gold, you have many advantages for yourself. Okay, let's see. No, E25, are you going to spot someone today for us? And as you can see, our E25 slowly but surely going in front, and Oi is getting spotted. Since Oi is getting spotted, what we know, fellas, we know they have a sniper schnitzel somewhere here, but unfortunately we cannot do absolutely anything for them, and we are in trouble, you know. We are losing the game by 1000 hit points already, but to be fair with you, Oi wasn't the most dangerous tank in the field, and he wasn't the most useful ally to have, right? And I'm not speaking about the person performance, I am speaking about the tank itself. Open map, plus too much matchmaking. I mean, nothing what you can do about this, unfortunately. You just simply need to take one for the team. Now, if we would pay attention who is spotted. Okay, cover 2 just killed this guy, roger that. So who is not spotted? Leo, cover 2, Pavlak tank, T150, T78. So we have quite some vehicles who are not spotted, and unfortunately we are defending this side with the M6, right? So this is going to be very hard and very complicated. Although, to be fair with you, winning this side, it is so much more important considering what kind of matchmaking we have and what we have overall here. So keep this in mind. For now, whenever you are playing with a tank destroyer, you need to understand one very important thing. Skill, what do we need to understand? We need to understand we need to be patient. Nobody's skill patient. The thing is, if you are playing with a tank destroyer and you would go in front like E25 or like Oi did, it is game over, okay? So whenever you are playing with a triangle yourself, you need to keep this in mind, especially with the tanks like this and matchmaking like this. You need to be patient. You need to take a very good bush, and this bush is legendary, this bush is epic, and you need to understand you need to be patient. If you won't be patient, you are going to die with a 0, and you are going to complain about this. Now, speaking about the current situation, fellas, we have the Pavlak tank here, and now we can burst the living crap out of this gentleman, and that's what we are going to do. Obviously, I instantly loaded the gold ammunition for this gentleman just because he has relatively good armor, so we just simply eliminated him from the game. And just like this, we are having 1000 for ourselves. Call me dirty, but I think our performance was good and our patience definitely paid off. And once again, we are still sitting here in the corner and we are waiting until enemies will make one or another mistake. One more thing. In today or couple of days, right, we are going to have this situation. Whoa. We are going to have a situation aka index page being updated, right? That means we are going to have a medium tank cruise in. I am not entirely sure is it going to happen today or tomorrow, but this is very, very important thing to highlight, and this is absolutely amazing, and I really want to talk about this. But obviously we are going to wait that day or two, and I will show you exactly what I am talking about, and we are making index page better and better and better and better, and I am very pumped up and excited about the changes which we are going to do. Anyways, so far nothing changed too much. We still killed only one tank, right? And we did damage only for that tank, and unfortunately we cannot make pressure yet. I know it sounds dirty and everything. Skill, how dare you not to make any pressure or something, but I cannot. It is still not worth it. We need to be patient. And I know potentially we could try to take this area here, but I am kind of afraid if I would get outspotted meanwhile. But you know what? Let's try to be a bit involved. Maybe it is going to pay off for us. So what exactly do we need to do? We need to take this line of the bushes here. It is super important for us. And we are in position. We are loading high explosive ammunition to knock this tree down, and there is a reason why. If we are knocking this tree down, we are going to have a better range here, because this tree is behaving like a bush. So if someone is sitting in this area here, keep this in mind, you will never ever outspot them just because of this bush. And this is very worth thing to highlight, and that's why I am doing this. And please use this in your advantage, fellas. If you are seeing there is a tree, just hit the tree in the stomp and you are going to be completely fine, and you will knock the tree. And if you are going to knock the tree, you will have an opportunity to obviously spot the enemy so much easier. Meanwhile, beautiful, he is dead, very nice. I might get spotted, but I'm okay. Already NT and Hash is kind of decapping the base or stopping our guy from capping. Okay, 45 seconds left. At this point, I would love to make a lot of pressure for the enemies, but it's not the time yet. I know they have plenty of the sniper schnitzels. And looking into our M6 should spot them. Whenever our M6 is spotting them, we are farming. Prepare for this. Prepare for this. Prepare for this, fellas. And let the farm begin. Okay, this is not, obviously this is not very nice just because our team is capping the base, but in the same time, nothing what we can change about this, and we need to accept this situation. It is not a horrible game by us, at least I don't really think it was bad or something, but you know, in the end of the day, our team made a decision to cap, and victory is victory even in the butt. So after very first battle, what do we have, fellas? This is the question. Are we going to be somewhere on top? This is the question. So 1.8 thousand damage, 500 assisting damage. Speaking about the experience, we are in the third place. Speaking about the damage, we are in the third place. I am feeling somehow good about this. And we broke even speaking about the score overall. Very, very nice and very much appreciated. Very good. Let's keep it up, obviously, with this vehicle. And once again, where you are finding this tank, it is in the German Tech 3, and it is going towards Mr. Jg.Pz. And believe me, I think speaking about all this line, this could be probably the biggest gem of the line. Maybe Jet Panther, I don't know, but they are very, very close to each other, to be fair with you. Anyways, let's teleport into the round number 2, shall we? And we are back. You know what is the funniest thing of all this? Prokurovka into Malinovka. like literally two the best maps for the sniper schnitzels. I know this is looking weird what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to snipe. In this situation I'm going to spot. No, but Skill, you are the best sniper. Yeah, it is true, but in the same time I can work as a spotter as well. Especially when you have only lower tier spotters, right? Especially if they are clueless. You can take a typical bush, and from the typical bush you can spot even by being tank destroyer yourself. And this is why we are having the binos with this tank, right? Just to be able to outspot the enemies and obviously to support our team in this way. And as you can see, I turned it sideways to the enemies, but there is a reason why I did so, because there is a Lux who is crossing like this, and this is very, very important thing to say, and we need to stay safe from him not to get spotted. And now once again we are spotting for every single sniper schnitzel from our base, and we are hoping for the best. I know this is quite weird gameplay and everything, but believe me, this kind of play can definitely pay off, and we can have a lot of use. Now, Lux is sitting in the typical position. Our team needs to react properly, and our team needs to bang the Lux. This is super important thing, and this gentleman is extremely, I repeat, extremely important tank to deal with. It is very important. Meanwhile, we have the Su-85, which we are not spotting, unfortunately, but our Panzer 5.4 is doing a great job. And fellas, if you are wondering what the Flying F is, Panzer 5.4, it is pretty much the best tier 5 tank in entire game, just because how armor is looking like, how gun is looking like, and overall combination of the things is pretty damn good. Once again, look at this. By sitting here, we are getting, we are spotting enemy forces. It's not like we are being completely useless or something. And in the long term, believe me, this kind of strategy might not bring you a lot of damage overall, but this strategy will bring you victory, right? Because once again, speaking about the lower tiers, usually players are less experienced and they do not really understand how to spot, right? Or alternatively, if they are spotting themselves, they are trying to shoot from the bush like I did here, and then they are getting spotted, and then the situation is not so great, and then the situation is kind of kaku, if you know what I mean. But everything is fine. We are starting this game well, and at this point I believe we can start doing damage ourselves. So the first victim, this Panzer II Jot is going to be the very first victim for us, if the things will go well, obviously. So far, looking into amount of the hit points enemy team has, I believe it is quite fair to say enemy team is losing quite heavily. Oh, very nice. At this point, we are going to focus on this Panzer. He is definitely dead. 3, 2, 1, and garage. Bad aim by me. And garage. Nice. And at this point we can go in front. We are winning the game by quite a bit of the hit points, if you would ask me, and we can definitely try to engage in this game. Speaking about engaging, fellas, there is a very nice angle for us to shoot this Panzer. I do not really think he is feeling very well. Actually, it's not Panzer, it is P26 something. Good, very nice. I am super happy about this, and let's keep it up. The next pit stop for us is going to be this bush. I'm not going to go through the open field like so, because I do not really think it is a great play, right? Meanwhile, I might get hit by enemy Marder, because I assume he is sitting in this position. But once again, it is not so important for us. How about if we are taking the typical bush, just like so? Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Beautiful. And now we are in very good bush from the enemy side. And look at this beauty. High explosive. Bam. He is not feeling happy, I can promise you that. In fact, he is feeling dead. Very good. Now we need to go back just like so. It is okay. We know where Cavalier is, and what that basically means. That basically means he's going to be dead in approximately next 4 seconds. Skill, what do you mean in next 4 seconds he's going to be dead? He's not even going to be spotted. Well, you see, there is a magical trick which is called blind shots. And blind shots could work very well in your favor, and if you are doing everything properly, you might deal with enemies without even seeing them, right? I try to do my best. Hashtag never lucky. No blind shots for us, but that's fine. Meanwhile, I think we can get involved because we need to get more damage and more assisting damage right at this point, and that's what we need to do. Meanwhile, we noticed cover 85 sitting in the open field over there. Beautiful. Unfortunately, we are quite unlucky. We did not manage to penetrate his side of the turret, which is quite sad, but it is okay. We will make it work anyways. And at this point, all we need to do, we need to make as much pressure as we physically and possibly can just to eliminate this guy from the game. Obviously, he is quite upset and he is going through the open field, and obviously now he has only one road to go, and that road is go to the garage. Very nice. 1.4 thousand damage, 900 assisting damage. To be fair with you, I was expecting just tiny touch more support, or maybe I said this wrong. Maybe not tiny touch more support, but overall to spot more enemies, right? But in the end of the day, victory is victory, and I am feeling relatively happy with what we have done with this tank in this game. And keep this in mind, fellas, you have alternative option yourself. You can spot yourself if you know what you are doing. So in the end of the day, we have 1.5 thousand damage, 1.1 thousand assisting damage, and this is the score. Also, I'm curious how much Panzer spotted. 900. I thought this gentleman spotted more. So speaking about the score, we are second by experience, we are second by the damage. We made 14,000 profits, which is always nice and always welcome. And let's go for round number 3. And we are back. Well, we cannot expect to get the best maps all the time, because this is not how the game is looking like. And as you can see, we have a quite yikes map. It is airfield, and we are going to struggle quite a bit here. My initial play, at least what I think we are going to do, is we are going to take bush somewhere over there, right? We are going to knock the trees down, and we will try to hit the enemy heavy tanks who will try to make a bit of pressure like this. That's about it. That's the whole strategy, and that's what we want to do. It is not going to be easy. I'm not going to lie, fellas, it is not going to be easy, but we will try to do everything what we physically and possibly can in order to make our lives somehow bearable or somehow playable, right? Meanwhile, we have seen the T-69 moving through the open field like so. I'm trying to hit him, and that was a very nice 200 in the face. Beautiful. So, at this point, fellas, at this point, we are just relaxing here, and we are waiting until enemies will make one or another mistake. Skill my X30 is very, very excited. Nice to meet you, my man. Nice to meet you. Let's go for a blind shot. I do not really have too many things to do now, so I can go for blind shots left, right, and center. This is the plan for us. And this is very hard game to play with a tank destroyer, it truly is. And in fact, it is a hard map to play with any tank class apart Arta. I think Artas are feeling the best over there, and Artas are having the most fun in a way. At least that's what I want to believe. I'm not entirely sure, can I get a bit more involved here, because this is quite risky stuff. But if the things will go well, there is a chance we are going to eliminate enemy shitter from the game, right? What position do I want to take exactly? I want to go up like this, and we want to face hug this rock in a way. Once again, I'm very well aware about this light tank sitting here, and at this point I am waiting until Binus will start working. Whenever Binus will start working and this shitter will make a mistake, he is going to have situation like this. And now he is not happy, fellas. I can promise you that he is not very happy. Meanwhile, unfortunately, we missed the shot just like so, but that's okay. We have a nice DPM, and once again, shitter is not going to have a great time to eliminating us from the game, right? That's good. I am feeling very happy with all this. What I need to be afraid of, I need to be afraid of enemy Arta for obvious reasons, and in the same time soon we are going to start moving just like so. But for now, we are feeling relatively fine. Okay. How about if we would pay more attention to the Su 100 and Scorpion who are sitting here, right? Maybe this would pay off for us. I have actually a bit different idea. I think I can go against the Shkod and I can out DPM him. I hope this is going to be worth it, and I hope we are going to be able to do this. I know we have similar alpha damages and everything, but I need to do what I need to do. This is bad. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is very bad. Oh, this is horrible. Oh, fellas, that was not the wisest choice by me. And that was not the wisest choice by me. That's okay. Oi, my mistake. I made a mistake, fellas. I decided to be aggressive here. Donkey in the comment section down below, fellas. That was definitely my mistake. I thought I am going to be able to deal with this gentleman so much easier here, but he's sitting literally in this shithole over there, and it works just great. In order for me to shoot him, I need to go somewhere over there in a way, right? And that was my mistake. I cannot blame the tank. I cannot blame anyone else apart myself. Let's go to the scoreboard, and I believe we owe one more game for this tank, so let's do this. And we are back, fellas. 1000 damage, 500 assisting damage, definitely not a great score. We are in the middle by experience, and we are pretty much in the middle by the damage. Not great game, but it is how it is. No complaints, no regrets. The thing is, I was being impatient, and that's my fault, you know. The airfield is in a way called you push you lose, and my idea was pretty bad. So no complaints, no regrets. Let's go for round number 4. And the last game, fellas. What do we have? We have Mannerheim Line. I'm always struggling with the name of this map. Okay, let's try to do our best, and let's try to get the best battle overall. This game start is going to be relatively straightforward. We are going to get into the typical bush over there. It is not too aggressive, it is not too passive, and what we are going to do, we are going to start bursting the light tank who is sitting in this bush. Because usually there is at least one gentleman who is sitting here. Especially in the lower tier when there is so many light tanks, right? So let's see, can we find someone sitting here? This is the question. Every single light tank spotted, so none of the light tanks are sitting in the typical bush. That's actually very weird. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Very good. Very good information. Okay, what to do next? How we can punish enemies without getting slaughtered ourselves? I know one thing, going into the heavy line is not really an option, and this is kind of a struggle speaking about the tank destroyer gameplay. Going super aggressively is not an option because obviously we are going to get punished for playing aggressively with this tank, right? But what we can do, we can find the enemy light tanks who are making some kind of silly goose mistakes. For example, this VK is looking like one. If he is going to go back, and there is a possibility he will go back, we could punish him. But you know what? I noticed our guys is in trouble here. So, what we can do, we can go to the golf 1 position. And from the golf 1 position, there is a big chance that this T-34-85 will peek, and if he is going to peek, we are going to smack him once or twice. Speaking about this tank destroyer, it is way better than I am showing this tank destroyer to be. You have a very nice combination of the things, fellas, truly. You have a good gun handling, and you have good rate of fire, you have respectable armor for a tank destroyer levels, and I'm feeling like I am just simply getting a bit unlucky speaking about the situation, or maybe I am just simply making mistakes myself, which could be very possible, right? You can't be perfect all the time. Meanwhile, that's the very first hit in this battle. Beautiful. MT-25 is trying to be aggressive, but I can promise you that this is not going to be easy for him, especially if he is going to get spotted, right? Next, what do we want to do? I don't really think I want to relocate from this position. I have a feeling I want to sit here and I want to shoot enemies every single time whenever I will have a chance to do so. You know what? I changed my mind a bit. I am going to relocate. Just tiny touch. Why am I going to relocate? Because I'm afraid this is going to be a humongous crossfire by the 4 guns from here. So what we are doing, we are changing our position just a bit. Just enough to craft the angle somewhere elsewhere. And this is what we have. Look at this. Light tank decided to be aggressive. And even though we do not really have a bush now, it doesn't really matter, because we are having a bit better situation for ourselves, right? We have so much better situation for ourselves. Look at this. At this point, we need to have our eyes widely open and we are playing the game. I can hear how are they shooting me. I believe you hear that as well. That's why I started moving back. And I believe this is understandable. Okay, let's try to relocate just a bit, and can we punish this MT-25? If obviously this MT-25 will try to get involved. Beautiful shot to this guy, nice. How about shot to the type? Beautiful shot into the type. MT-25 is trying to run for his life, which is completely understandable, but not so fast, buddy. Not so fast. Can we eliminate him from the game? Question mark. Unfortunately, we cannot. That's fine. We are getting some assisting damage from this type 58 as well, and as you can see, we are defending this side pretty well, considering we are the tank destroyer here, right? Boom. I'm trying to focus on the game a bit more than I did before, and I believe this is understandable. Let's try to relocate just like so. I am paying attention at the enemy art as if they are going to shoot us. And in fact, my next victim, I am truly thinking about this 88. I know it sounds weird. Why am I thinking about this very, very well heavily armored tank? But truth to be said, fellas, he cannot defend himself just because how slow he is. So that's what I am thinking about. Okay, T-34-85. Let's try to get a bit involved here. And whenever this T-37 will take attention from this guy, we are going to go a bit more aggressive against this gentleman. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Our guy is kind of taking his attention. And at this point, our DPM is going to do the job for us. That's okay. And he is dead. Excellent. Okay. This is a very good start from the game. We still have half of our hit points left, and we need to start eliminating aggressive enemy forces, right? That's what we need to do. What is the correct play? What is the correct play, fellas? I think I am going to make an unpopular choice at this point, and I am going to sit a bit safer here. I am going to take this typical bush, and hopefully we will be able to get some use here. Pavlak tank is kind of down to one-shottable. Actually, I don't want to play here anymore. It will take some time until enemies will make pressure. It will take some time, fellas. Decisions, decisions, decisions. How to make it work, In fact, I am thinking about this position for a moment. Maybe this will work just great. The thing is, what this ATH supposed to do and what he is doing, he is trying to go up like this, okay? I believe it's pretty clear, and I believe it is understandable what this gentleman is doing or what he is thinking about. So, what we want to do, we want to craft a bit better angle whenever he is going to go up like this, right? That's what we want to do. Also, the other day I was looking at one video made by Honest Gaming, fellas. And I've seen some interesting stuff which I did not knew before. So shout out for Steve, fellas. Shout out for Steve. This is not looking that great. I have an idea. There is a huge chance we are going to track this 88 and we are going to farm him in the butt. This is a humongous chance we are going to be able to do that. But before this, fellas, I need to get into position right here. Ah, I missed very important shot. That's game over. That's game over. My mistake. My mistake, fellas. Ay, 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 ay. Like I said, I could expect this gentleman going like so, but that's on me. I made a mistake. Okay, how we can fix this? How we can fix this? This is the question. Can I go up just like so? This is the question. And is he going to ignore me in a way? I'm not very happy. And why did I said shout out for this gentleman? I'm talking about the Steve. He showed me one very interesting way how to cross like this, and looks like you are able to cross just like so, right? I never ever knew this. I never ever paid attention at this, and as you can see, you can do the things very well. And this is very important thing to know, just because, fellas, hear me out. Just because instead of going all the way around like this, you can go like this, right? And this is very important information. 88. Okay, I have 2 high explosives. I need to track him twice. That's the biggest goal for us. We need to track him twice. So let's see. Are we able to do that? 3, 2, 1. He's tracked once. One more. That's fine. That's okay. We have all time in the world of tanks. Good. This is what we are looking for, fellas, and that's what we are trying to do. We are trying to mess this guy up. We are trying to mess this guy up. If he is going to go like this, we will be able to do so. He's trying to escape. Good. I want him to look at me so our cover 2 can do the heavy lifting here. Oi, 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 such a hard game, fellas. It is truly hardcore. It's very, very, very complicated to figure out how you're supposed to play this game. It truly is. Plus, on top of that, they must have someone who is trying to flank us like so. I know what I could do. I could jump like there is no tomorrow and I could kill 88 while jumping. And honestly, to be fair with you, this is not the best idea ever, but I'm considering my life choices. This 88 is looking at our cover 2, that's fear. Ooh, so, okay. Look at this beauty. Hi. And this is where this tank is shining. And this is where this tank is shining, fellas. Dead. Now Mr. 88. This Arta was like a bloody shadow, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. This Arta was like a shadow. Every single time when we were spotted, it doesn't matter. I was spotted here, I was spotted here, I was spotted here. This clicker, this Jeff was trying to beat the living crap out of us. And you know what? He did that. Nothing to say, nothing to do. We got out-clicked, fellas. Anyways, great game. I'm super happy with our performance. And overall, 88 did a very, very great job. Considering he is slow and there is 2 artists, he did an absolutely amazing job. Plus, if I'm not mistaken, he was using hardering, so that worked just well because I did not manage to track him from 1 hit. Anyways, let's teleport into the score, shall we? I really want to share this with you. Fellas, Arta found literally the best cover for himself. Look at this. And good luck beating this gentleman. Look at this beauty, fellas. He is sitting inside of the bloody tent. And in the end of the day, we are having a draw. Our Arta against enemy Arta. Nash Horde was lost in the battle. That pretty much means he left the game. And yeah, draw. 2 Artas was left. Crazy stuff, my lovely friends. Crazy stuff. Anyways, no complaints, no regrets. We got what we deserved, and all in all, I am happy with my result apart the third game. Third game was misplayed by me. So, we have 2,700 damage, we have 500 assisting damage, great game, and kudos for this gentleman. He did absolutely everything properly, and he was annoying for us and for our team. Also, this Arta fired 31 times. I mean, it was crazy. Whenever I'm spotted, I was paranoid by this gentleman. Anyways, in the end of the day, fellas, after 4 games, we have average 1,800 damage and 600 assisting damage. So we can easily say we did a 2,200 combined, and this is definitely not bad thing whatsoever. If you never played with this tank destroyer, I would highly recommend to give it a go. It is quite fun tank to play with, and it is not a bad experience whatsoever. At least I'm speaking from my side. So, thank you very much for watching, and see you very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace!